Welcome, race fans, to another episode here with CRN tonight with the Smoky Mountain Motorsports League, but this time with the truck series, not late model stock series. I got to make that quick change here, but definitely a good series here tonight so far. We have 13 trucks on the field right now. You can see right now they're kind of out there doing a little practice run here before they go out for qualifying and get into I think they're going to do heat races here tonight. Let me check that just 1 second. This changed here. There you go, here, there we go, truck series, there we go. So, but it's going to be a nice cool night here at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway with a 0.57 mile track. It's 70 degrees outside, track temperature is 70 degrees, so that should help with the tires here just a little bit, as these trucks will burn down the front right tire a lot more than those late model stock cars that we've seen the Smoky Mountain Motorsports League go through last season, where we crowned a champion last week, and this week we will start all over, start from fresh. So we will see who can be the most consistent and get those series points for the championship this series here with the trucks. So right now, we clear this out. We'll bring up the pit board here just a little bit, kind of show you where everybody is kind of running. We'll see where their best times were. Best times would be Jonathan Carter in the number 5 with a 18.180, followed closely by Brandon Cooper, Christopher Smith, Rob Hatton back out there with Anthony Rennick, Todd Lapierre, Clint Walker, Charles Miller, James Honeycutt, Brandon Kelly, Austin Cooper, Chase Peppers, Christopher Cash will be your drivers here tonight so far, unless we get some last minute entries. Tonight I should be getting joined by my co-host Derek Sherman out there right now, supporting the little ones with their baseball and doing, I think he's doing umpiring duties tonight, if I'm not mistaken. We'll find out more from Derek when he gets here, but right now practice is winding down, and we're running some pretty good times here so far. What I'm noticing with these trucks, they are getting a little bit loose, a little more adjustment to running a truck but around short tracks, vice those late model stock cars. But we wanted to thank Christopher Cash for continuing on having CRN on board to cover his series here, especially on Wednesday nights. Looking forward to having another great season here with a bunch of great drivers. Out there trying to get last minute laps in, but practice session is about to expire, getting ready to qualifying, and I don't have a lot of time on here at Nashville and the trucks. I ran a couple laps, not quite as fast as what they were doing. I think I'm not quite sure what my times were, but normally the drivers that run the consistent ovals definitely put in some better times than I do. I do get out there and try to get a chance to get some runs in, but not too much tonight. Been pretty busy, so. But right now, qualifying is underway. It looks like Rob Hatton back getting out there right now, along with James Honeycutt, Jonathan Carter, Brandon Cooper, Charles Miller, looking to get them early runs in. So we'll watch number 99 of Rob Hatton back get around here in that nice fluorescent pink 99 machine. Supporting the Marines. Also got the number 9 out there. And Brandon Kelly. Nice number 9. By orange. As they out here trying to get some qualifying reps. Let's see who could top the boards here to start up the heat race as they put their times in check. And I'm not pretty sure you can get some pretty good passing here. So not quite a single groove track, but it looks like Brandon Cooper topping the charts right now with an 18 decimal 18.205, followed by Rob Hattenback with an 18.438. James Honeycutt with an 18.545, and Anthony Rennick with an 18.557. Brandon Kelly out there in the number 9. You've seen him run an 18.738. And then Charles Miller, number 11 Toyota truck, with 18.8. Got the 02 out there. Putting up who we're actually watching. And then driver details for everybody to see. There's Christopher Cash on the Miller 69 machine. All back here, the company racing in number 26. Turquoise and blue is always a good color to see out on the track. Slide across the start-finish lines. A pretty good way to end your qualifying there, as the number 5 is currently sitting in, it looks like 13th place, so getting a little loose there coming out of 4. He's going to get it together to see if he can get another run here. But what these drivers like to do is try to get a good run in so they can start their heat race. But they were out there practicing as a group earlier, something that we didn't see with the late model stock cars. But it also allowed the drivers to kind of race around each other. Some of these drivers have already been running around each other from last season in the late model stock cars. We're going to see if they can handle these trucks just the same. I think the easiest, the trucks are a little bit looser, so we're going to see maybe some self spins as they adjust to the new vehicle. But qualifying is winding down here right now with Brandon Cooper on top over Jonathan Carter, Rob Hatton, or Christopher Smith in that number 80. We've seen Christopher fighting for championship in the end, and kind of had some miscues in the final race, kind of moving him out of contention for that win for the championship. But right now, looking pretty good so far. 11 cars out of the 13 out there with times in so far. Speak of the devil, as my co-host has just flown in. Busy schedule that he has, but Derek Sherman, I'm sure he has a lot to load up here. You do have a league invite, so you can open up the race yourself there, Derek, and when you get a chance, you can join in with us. Why Derek is loading everything he needs for tonight.
Sorry,
definitely.
I was helping you ignore me. I'm sorry.
You know, that's plenty okay, Derek, because I know you're just kind of coming in. I just noticed tonight that they actually made like a separate league for the truck series, so the schedule is not in there with the late model stock cars. A good thing I was able to figure that out before I tried going live here tonight. But looking good so far. 12 drivers with times in out of the 13 that should be on the track.
They're not too shabby. I don't know, where are we racing at?
We are at the Nashville Fairgrounds.
Oh, it's a great track.
Yeah, right now Brandon Cooper is getting ready to, the drivers are taking the pit lane here, getting ready to start their heat race.
You know, trucks with heats is always fun. I love Eldora. I love how they did their heat races in real NASCAR trucks, and I will definitely believe that it's not going to change in this league, Jimmy. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be bumping, and you can do a little bit more bumping and brubbing in these trucks than you can in the late model stock cars. But at the same time, a little bit of front end damage, you will suffer the consequences. It's just the nature of the beast.
Yeah, nature of the beast can creep up on you with a lot of these vehicles, and damage to any of the cars. They do have one fast repair per event here, so they'll be able to come in and get their vehicle fixed quickly at least one time. But on the short track, sometimes if you have to tow or whatever, you can go down a few laps. But I'm sure these drivers aren't wanting to do that. I do notice here tonight that they do have new banners on the cars here. We'll go ahead and get a close-up of that because I know somebody took the time to make those. And let's see here. We'll go see if I think I moved this camera here. Well, the pit board's in the way, but you can see there on the 99 and that nice brownish banner on the 99, and the 5 there in the front row. Looks like the 08 of Brandon Cooper doesn't have the right number on his truck, as it shows 08 instead of 18. And of course, I lose track of my mouse because
in today's world, Jimmy, that 0 identifies as a 1.
I mean, yeah, I guess we can go with that. It's 80 of Christopher Smith. Bob Hatton back in that number 99 again, Back Company Racing. It's nice fluorescent pink, supporting the Marines as well as always. Anthony Rennick out there, another Bad Company Racing machine. Nice orangish red. Looks like it's got some skulls down the side in those graphics. That number 21. Walker Velocity fuel, high caliber design. The 02. Charles Miller in the number 11 Oz machine, Goat Racing. Goat is one of those new energy drinks that are out. Austin Cooper in a 12 and Cooper Motorsports. Chase Peppers and a doesn't look like he chose a 8 scheme here for tonight, but that's okay. But we're just gonna go with Brandon Cooper here as we're getting ready to go green.
Yeah, Jimmy.
Off on the pace car.
Yeah, Jimmy, it's going to be exciting. I like this track. I guess I wouldn't say it's a short track. I mean, yes, it is, but it has fairly good banking, and but it's also very racy. Kind of a bigger version of Martinsville. But we are off with the green flag. Marty does a great job with the green flags as Jonathan Carter tries to take the lead. Ooh, they touch going into one. Brandon Cooper is good.
Yeah, a little bit of bumping and banging between the 18 and Christopher Smith of the 80 as they work their way around the first lap. But we are going to hold it green here. The 80 looking to go. Oh, in the 69, a little bit of spinach in the back here. It looks like Anthony Rennick has crashed here on lap 2. The caution is out. We'll go ahead and go back and replay that real quick and see what happened to that number 21. Just losing it. So probably too much brake bias. The 02 going high to go around them.
You know, cold tires does matter in these on these trucks.
Yeah, he was able to hold the brakes, and everybody did get around him there. So a tough break there for the number 21. He will fall a few positions here early. We are still heat number 1, and let me get the ticker going so we can let everybody know how many laps are remaining. We don't need the session state up there no more. We got the good old track map so you can see where your favorite driver may be. If you're new here to CRN, we did hit our goal of 1,000 subscribers. I really appreciate the support from all fans out there. And if you're watching right now, you can hit that like, share, subscribe button if you have not. Continue the support here for CRN and not only the Smoky Mountain Motorsports, but all the other leagues that CRN brings alive throughout the week. Wednesday, usually a pretty busy night. Usually around three different broadcasts coming at the same time. So. We are busy throughout the week, Wednesday being one of our most busiest days. And definitely been looking for maybe some other individuals that are interested in maybe joining the CRN family and putting on some broadcasts throughout iRacing, as we've been having to actually turn a few leagues away, just all booked up. So it's can't be two places at once. I wish I could, but I definitely appreciate even anybody reaching out interested in CRN for the evening. But looks like the lights are still on the pace car.
Well, Jimmy, I was going to say, if they're going to subscribe, just remember, everyone, that it's a free subscription. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe.
Yeah, it's kind of like a false word, I guess. You know, when you think of subscription, you think you're paying somebody. There's no payment involved. It's free. YouTube calls it a subscription. If you're like watching Twitch, it would be a follow. It's the exact same thing. It's just it's kind of checking the box saying that you watch the channel and you support what's going on here. So a big thing. You can see right there, Tom Frida's on pit road there in a little legend car, making the drivers choose a lane. So that's what that legend is out there to do right now. And you're gonna see Thomas get out there and allow those drivers to choose a lane here, so they'll have the ability to choose high line, low line, and sometimes they can get you a better position if you everybody's going low and you can go high, and you can maybe get a position or two there. But sometimes it's not the preferred method. But the lights are back going. The leader is going to get underway here. Brandon Cooper will lead the pack down into turn 1 over the 5 of Jonathan Carter. Real close to the wall there by Rob Hattenback. We'll go back just a little bit here throughout the field. Maybe pull the cameras back just a little bit so everybody can kind of see what's going on. Go towards the back of the field a little bit. They're running too wide. Keep Todd Lampier in at number 26. Fighting the number 78 of James Honeycutt on the outside. Another one of them tracks, Derek, where the outside you get really can carry that momentum, and I think newer tires, the inside line is going to be pretty key. But you can see the 78 putting up a pretty good battle on that outside. At 26, not quite able to clear the 78 until they pretty much get to the corner here. We'll see if the 78 can get the driver off, and he does. So Tom left here will move into P at number 5. Looks like Anthony Rennick continuing to have issues in the back. This time jumps to the pits, allows the field to continue going green here. I'll move up just a little bit farther with the number 99 and 80 fighting for P number 3.
Yeah, Jimmy, they seem to have started to figure out, everyone's starting to follow one another, try to find their line, see what they can and can't do. That's the whole point of the heat race right now. It's just to determine starting spot. So, I mean, you see the 26 get loose, and then the 9 of Brandon Kelly loses it coming out of the corner. Probably checked up to essentially avoid Todd Lampier there.
Yeah, so he's up to the 9 right now, and just losing it. Coming out of 2, heading down the backstretch. Solo kind of spin slide type of ordeal, but I think he keeps it off the wall. Light touch there.
Little love tap.
Yeah, little love tap better than wrecking the thing, but a few laps remaining here in this heat race to basically set the field for tonight here at Nashville Fairgrounds. Right now, it's Brandon Cooper out front. Over Jonathan Carter, Rob Hattenback, Christopher Smith, Todd Lampier, James Honeycutt, Clint Walker, Austin Cooper, Brandon Kelly, and Chase Peppers. Charles Miller is out there still, Christopher Cash, and Anthony Rennick. Laps remaining here in the heat race.
Jimmy, I'm so about trucks. There's so much. This is more my thing.
It's more your thing.
More my thing. The late models, don't get me wrong, they're a lot of fun, but they're very touchy. You can't bump. I mean, you can bump the trucks, you can draft. You can't bump draft in the corners though, but I mean, they're a lot of fun.
That's what makes them special. You know, a different type of car, and you know, we come out here with these trucks, and you know, a lot of drivers prefer them. I'm myself included. I do like to drive the trucks. You know, if I'm out there driving ovals, I prefer to hop in the truck, and maybe it's just the way it handles. It is a little bit looser in the rear end in most places, and you can see that as, you know, they're trying to work that throttle. There's not as much weight back there, so, you know, they try to get up on the horsepower here on these short tracks, so it's really sending these cars around. So making things interesting, probably a little bit longer than they wanted here with the heat race, but that's okay. I'll get things sorted out, hopefully, for some great green flag action for the main event.
Yeah, Jimmy, you know, it's going to be a lot of fun to see what these guys can put together for the feature. So far, so good for the front runners, nothing too extravagant. We got a couple new guys up front that weren't, you know, probably the late models weren't really their thing, but they're more comfortable in the trucks. Jonathan Carter in that 5 truck, as he decided not to. Christopher Smith is going to go down into the low lane. I mean, I like this choose rule that they got going on, and I particularly like how they did it. So, I mean, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Creative.
They came up with that way. I wouldn't even never thought of that. You know, to have another car, a little car out there, basically, forcing these drivers to choose a side. And it's something that they kind of with NASCAR, but right now these cars are double file, and they're going to get going on green here as Barney waves the green flag, and that 180 Brandon Cooper is down to number 1. And then you see there Christopher Smith in the 80 using that low line, trying to use it to his advantage as he chose that line, but unable to get wide. But the 5's going to get sideways, and the 08 goes around. Brandon Cooper, Rob Hatton back up over the wall there as well, but he gets it back on his wheels. Caution flag is out again. So drivers are still learning the ebbs and flow of that throttle for all this extra power that they now have, where the rear end is coming around on this short and tight track.
Yeah, Jimmy, the trucks are going to be more not burning the right rear off. You know, obviously, like you said, the power is going to be a big deal too, because too much power, you can just slide around that rear end. But it's also having that advantage to go around these corners now. So
gonna mix things up here late in the heat race, you know, and having Brandon Cooper that was leading the majority of the heat race now is gonna get shuffled back a little bit, I think. Just a spot or two, and now he's got some front end damage on that number 18. As now Christopher Smith out front. We've seen Christopher Smith last season in the late model stock cars, you know, put on a great season. You know, he was able to be in that final 4 or the finale tonight. Right now, we have Brandon Cooper's going to end up go down in the pits, and this is something that can happen early. You know, and there's a decent amount of laps here tonight. I believe, I don't want to say for sure, but I think it's 150. So we'll see these drivers get back out there, but Brandon will go ahead and take that fast repair, get back up there, see if he can move through the field just a little bit. I mean, starting P10 is not a bad thing. Pretty, you know, a little smaller field here tonight, but that's okay, as these drivers are out there to get things done. You can see race control on the little legend out there, getting ready to set his mark, so these drivers can choose a lane next time by. It looks funny. There's Rita's out there.
Well,
Rita's are gonna have more laps than some of these cars.
Well, I was gonna say when I was loading into the session, I was kind of curious why the legend was out there.
I asked Chris the same thing. I was like, "Hey, what's with the legend?" And he was like, "Choose lane." I was like, "Oh." I was kind of curious on. I knew that they were going to be able to choose, but now I can see why they had that little car there. And I could just see somebody getting out of race control, and when they go to choose lane, send them flying. We'll just put it that way. Frias jumps to the pits, gets off of the raceway as the cars come around here. Pace lights are off on the car here with only 3 laps to go. So there's a pretty good racing going on, and just self-spins for the most part here so far tonight there.
Yeah, kind of curious if they're using the iRacing setups or if they're using setups that have been made. That could be a lot of things to do with it. iRacing setups tend to be a little loose, hard to drive on short tracks in my opinion, but I mean, it is what it is.
Smith gets off to a good run. 2 laps remaining here as they are battling a lot too wide here. See up front they are under the white flag, so this is going to be in the books here as we follow this battle here for P number 2. The 26th Honda here's going to go around along with the 12 and the 02. This thing is going to get wrapped up in the books. Brandon Kelly is going to be able to take that over and take advantage of a second place start with James Honeycutt being NP number 3. So a little bit of luck following James Honeycutt. He was able to get the last basically he's the winner of the last race with Smoky Mountain Motorsports on the Wednesday nights. So
I mean, kind of a similar situation. A couple guys got into an accident there, Jimmy, and he was able to hold off everyone and get that win last week and get his first win in the late models. So I mean, sometimes you don't have to be the best. Sometimes you just got to be the luckiest and be in the right spot at the right time. So James Honeycutt, got it in the right spot tonight and finished P3. And Todd Lamphere, Rob Hattenback, Chase Peppers, Charles Miller, Clint Walker, Austin Cooper, Brandon Cooper. Round out your top 10. Jonathan Carter is 11th. Christopher Cash in 12th. 13th is Anthony Rednick. Hopefully I said that right. Rearnick.
I have not been told elsewise yet. We're gonna go with Rednick, and we will find out. Hopefully we get a chance to talk to Anthony up in the booth. We'll be able to ask him hands-on. But right now they're out there getting a few warm-up laps in as we go ahead and run down the results. And then they will take the field here. So only 2 minutes remaining here as we get ready to go green for the main event.
Yeah, Jimmy, it should be a nice, hard-fought battle there as Clint Walker just spun for the warm-up. But, I mean, the setups matter just a little bit. So, and the power matters. There's tons of power in these, so you can't drive them like the late model and red lighting all the way into the corner and let off the gas and let the thing roll through the corner and then pick it up and go out. You gotta use some finesse.
Yeah, a little more finesse for that gas pedal, that's for sure. I did notice that when I got out there with the truck here just to take a couple laps, and myself doing the same thing as some of these drivers are doing, bringing it around at the exit of the turns, and that's just applying too much power and jumpers. You see going around, early, they either downshifted or they got their rear brake bias way back too far, and that will put loose that rear end up as well. So I'm like it that way, but you got to remember, how the brakes work. You don't get that rear end around on you entering the corner. But good run so far. We're going to get ready to go green here in a moment as we have 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining. Again, just want to give a shout out to everybody out there. If you haven't, please like, subscribe, share. Also, shout out to all the sponsors for the evening as they continue to support Thursday nights. So that's going to be Cash Customs as they roll through your field there. US Photography. Lobster Boys.
Lobster Boys. I want some lobster now.
I had some shrimp today. I was about to close out Shenko Custom Diecast. One thing I have not done yet. Maybe that's something that I should invest in. With some of these paint jobs that I've made for some of these vehicles, get a custom diecast done. Going up my collection of cars that I have. Also, Nan's Cash Crash. A lot of good people out there sponsoring what's going on out here on the track. Obviously, a lot of good representation by the fans out there, everybody watching. Yep, if you want to know where somebody's at and you haven't seen them go across the ticker in a while, don't be afraid to shoot there in chat. I try to watch it as best I can, as long as, especially if it's a little slow on the field. But right now, the practice is over, and we are getting ready to take the field here to get ready to go green and get this underway here tonight and see who will be the first winner of the season. Now, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's going to roll over. You can achieve penalty points for moves that maybe are questionable, that might harm yourself or others on the track. So, and that can play a big part in when it comes down to the championship rolling down. And you want to be able to make the cut, and then you want to be able to make the next cut. And a lot of times, it's those penalty points that can be the make or break between a lot of drivers. And we've seen drivers not make the next race because of maybe some penalty points they had. So, but right now, we are looking like, obviously, our lineup here with Christopher Smith and Brandon Kelly on that outside, James Honeycutt and Todd Lamphere in row number 2, Rob Hattenbeck and Chase Peppers, newcomer there, and Pete number 6, Clint Walker and Charles Miller on the next row, Brandon Cooper and Austin Cooper on row number 5, Christopher Cash, man, the myth, the legend, living the high life tonight, I guess.
I guess so.
One welcome for me here, Chris. Austin Cooper out there in the AC electric machine, number 12. And Jonathan Carter, obviously back there in that number 5. No, he's quick. See him? He was quick there in practice too, Derek. So Jonathan Carter, number 5. One of those trucks to look out for. It's just all about how they work their way through the field. Starting in the back and starting in the front is like night and day when it comes to a lot of cars and a lot of series. And that clean air can mean a lot. Christopher Smith can get out to a good jump. It can really set the pace here tonight for being out front in that clean air, having himself a good finish. But another great paint job there by Chris. I'm gonna have to get with this painter or something and get me hooked up with a CRN paint job.
Yeah, I was just wondering if we were having any stage breaks tonight, but green is up, and Christopher Smith is going to take us.
Oh, Rick could be turn 1 already. Looks like Anthony Rennick crashed again to start, but we're still green, I think. Yeah, no, caution is out. Looks like my SDK is
not one
here, needs to be reloaded.
Hey, there's Derek Sherman as a spectator asking questions. Jimmy, I will say I did take a couple laps in around the track. It is pretty difficult. I'm not gonna lie. I was like second off pace.
Yeah, we're gonna go back and watch us replay here real quick, as you just see bad start there by the number 9. It slinkies its way back there. You see the O2 happen to check up, and then the 18 and the 69 getting involved as well. So, but the 02 probably taking the brunt of it, but the 02 and the 18 really get into it down at the bottom. 21 goes for a ride up into the wall. And the 32 kind of checking out Chase Peppers are trying to avoid the mess. So, and it looks like he does. The only reason he came up was because he slowed up almost to a stop to avoid that wreck. So, rough start here for the first race of the season. And that's something everybody wants to see. And I am not happy with SDK right now. Why does this do this to me? I have everything done. What's to do this for? Shut it down for now. How's that? My HUD's not fun to play with here tonight. See if I can do something here while we're under caution.
Alt tab, baby. That's what you'd like to see.
Yeah, the fans can't see what I'm doing out there. I'm trying to.
I get to see it.
You get to see it because I got my screen shared. Then for the fans out there, I'm just capturing iRacing. I'll go ahead and cut that out.
We're still going cautious.
We are still going cautious here.
They should be given the choose here shortly and see how that goes. But we got a couple trucks out there. Yeah, I was just wondering on stages because of the fact that we got 3 sets of tires, 150 laps. That's about 50 laps, give or take. Or no, I'm sorry, a little less, but 25 laps or so per set of tires. So that does make a difference there, Jimmy.
Yeah, it makes a difference for sure. Right now, the drivers are out there. Christopher Smith's going to lead them out there. James Lincoln's going to be up there. He's going to go onto the outside as well. Miles Miller decided to take the left side. It's going to be good on that inside. But obviously, the restarts are on the leader, so it's going to be all Christopher Smith. Already shortening up this field already. Charles Reddick, Clint Walker laps down already here early. Really, but like looks like up on my end correctly. That's a good sign. And
it should be correctly on the stream.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out now why it's not so. Do this. Add a new browser part here, please.
Oh, did you now?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to find a mouse because it's lost somewhere.
Oh no.
And the mouse just kind of goes missing sometimes.
Good. Found a little burrow hole on the computer.
This.
Well, here.
And hey, if that comes up, there we go.
Hey,
I think you guys at home should now see the ticker up top. What degrees are they correct now? What was 950? Christopher Smith out front over James Honeycutt. James Honeycutt able to get by the number 21, 11, but the man on the mission moving up through John Carter in at number 5, so he's going to be able to move forward. Yeah, Rob back in P number 410, but here is going to be there in P number 5. So don't start early, but that's the growing pains of a new series, new car, new drivers on the track. Some old ones. Or some are familiar faces, I should say, not old ones. It looks like we are pretty much single file all the way back here until towards the back here where the Brandon Cooper and that 18. And Austin Cooper back here as well. Austin Cooper trying to follow Brandon Cooper around the track. We've been wobbling by the number 32. Getting a little heavy on the gas when he doesn't need to. The 78 and the 5 now battling for Pete, number 2. 5 Jonathan Carter has just a nose on that 78 and is able to make it stick, but not enough room to go up, but it looks like he just enough. 78 is able to maintain his position at P03 and not caution is out. Caution would fly here for Austin Cooper here on lap 13 of 150. Get back to see what happened to Austin Cooper back here in a 12.
He just
lost this.
The rear end.
It's almost like a deja vu, a Groundhog Day moment from the heat race here with that number 12. Tough break for the 12, barely tapping the wall, so he should be good. But going to make them tires a little bit angry here as we're on lap 14 of 150. With another caution. So, like I said, it's going to be some growing pains. You're getting used to these trucks, and if you're new to the series or new to trucks, sometimes it takes a little bit. I think it was just last week. Actually, not even last week. Within the last couple of days. I mean, it was last week because it was over the weekend. But I spent a few hours there adjusting my brakes that I just received, and then trying to dial them in and realizing that I got the 100 kilogram load cell, and I'm thinking about it, and you don't realize how much you got to push on that pedal to max it out. So I ended up dialing it back just a little bit. But I'm still kind of wondering, because I know there's people out there. If you're one of those people, maybe you're running the 200 kilogram load cell pedal, and I don't know. I guess I'm getting old or something. But that's a little bit too much, especially when I'm road racing and trying to turn 177 laps at the Nürburgring. So I'm toning that stuff down so I don't wear myself out, because I'm trying to get ready for that 24-hour race that's coming up here next month.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I spaced out. At least I'm honest. I can broadcast on my own if that's what you're talking about. What were you talking about?
I was talking about adjusting my brakes for the Nürburgring.
Oh yeah, no, we've had this conversation.
Yeah.
It's going to be a long fight. I mean, a great fight. I mean, it's a pain in the butt, but it's well worth it, because the adjustability that you can have in the pedals for one particular car is going to be amazing. I wouldn't say it's going to make you faster. I think it would make you more consistent. And I say that for everyone.
Yeah.
I think that's where it boils. I mean, for anyone. I mean, it might make some people faster, but for someone like you and me, I think it's just going to make us a tad bit more consistent.
Yeah, it's a tough balance with all the different types of pedals out there. You see it all the time. Hey, what pedal should I get? I want to upgrade, and people are like, "I'll get some Magic, I'll get Fanatec, get Moza, get SimQ, get." There's so many out there. I can't even name them all. There's so many. There's so many choices. It's really just personal preference, and you try to go over the reviews and bring here. And the 80 of the Christopher Swift chose the outside. The 5 Jonathan Carter going to choose the inside, and it looks like Jonathan Carter gets a great jump. It is able to pull on that left rear quarter of the 80.
Yeah, no, it almost seems like the top lane, well, I wouldn't say top lane, it'd be the middle-ish top, is a little bit better than that bottom lane, because you're able to carry a little bit more speed and, oh no! Oh, There's the big one at Nashville.
Another caution here at lap 20. This one involving one of our front runners, Jonathan Carter. He does get it slung around, but there's some massive damage to that number 5. Evan gets involved here. We'll go ahead and slow this thing down here and re-rack this thing and kind of see what happened. So the 80 just gets a little bit loose. The 5 kind of comes up, and the 80 and the 5 kind of touch each other just a little bit as they're battling for the lead. The 5 is unlucky. He hits the inside wall, goes spinning up into the middle of the field. Todd Lamphere, lucky as can be, but the 9 nowhere to go. Some net code going on there. He gets hit. The 11 has to check up, gets hit. Christopher Cash with a great move, missing the 11, staying out of that one. It looks like from there on out, it looks like everybody is good to go. So the 11 and the 5, in the O2 with some damage here early on again here on lap 20. Being Nashville though, Derek, with the being in a short track, and you can see a lot of guys coming in trying to get some repairs done, whether it's a fast repair. You see the 5 looking like he's battling getting that spot, but he's going to take that fast repair, and he's going to get back out there as he still has a chance to stay up there on the lead lap. Which is a good, I guess, it's early though. And once that fast repair is gone, it's gonna change a lot of things. But right now, it looks like the 78 of James Honeycutt finds himself out front in that Team Realtree car. So a little bit of that favorite color of yours, that neon green there, Derek.
Yeah, no, I love it. I was actually kind of biting my tongue because I like the color of the car. I like the camo that goes with it. I think it fits really, really well. And that 18 car of was that Brandon Cooper? Yeah. I really like that one too. I mean, it does have some green in it. I'm just kind of biased. I mean, it's very subtle, but it adds so much to the paint job. Just for having the color stand out like that. Todd Lamphere's is awesome too. I like it. It's the Jaguar teal color in my opinion. It might not be that, but I do think that color does pop really well on his truck. So I really like that one too. I mean, all the trucks are great. Rob Hattenback, the hot pink Crayon Mobile of the Marine Chevrolet. I can say that because I'm a Marine too. So Bad Company Racing. So that's it. I mean, the paint job's cool, but the trucks is like the skulls on the side. So
that Chevy has seen some better days there of Anthony Rennick. So we've seen a lot of these drivers have pretty decent practice runs. Here's somebody out here. We've seen this goat number 11 with his truck is in pretty good shape right now, but I believe he used a fast repair. Christopher Smith always with a good Coleman design machine VCR. But we're gonna go back to green. We're gonna go back up to James Honeycutt as Barney waves the green flag again here on lap 26 of 150. Still 124 laps remaining. And it's going to give James Honeycutt that chance to kind of break out to the lead. We got that green air, but everybody is having some issues. So hopefully he's able to maybe extend and keep it going green here for a while, as a lot of these drivers are going to continue to battle around with some damaged trucks out there. It's going to make them a little slower. The trucks that are cleaner should be able to get around there. But Brandon Cooper in at 18, working his way forward again. He kind of got slid in the back. Had a bad instant there for the heat race, but Jonathan Carter and Clinton Walker get back into it here on lap 28. And we'll go back and see exactly what happened as we were watching up front as another incident occurs. Oh, 5 just going around again tonight. 5 having some major issues.
At least
not lucky. The O2 just sneaks by, but watch the O2.
Yeah, I think that's a little bit of neck code there. It didn't look like he tagged him, but I mean, I'm telling you, Jimmy, that the just ever so slight more gas pressure is going to send these trucks around. And also, just like regular car trucks or GT3 cars, road cars, they don't like to be turning in on the gas pedal. Makes that so much harder on the right rear and one of, flip that rear end around. So
Yeah, so I'm going to explain a little what I was talking to. There's a few other drivers the other night, but when I developed a bad habit of putting too much input into the sim and losing a lot of grip for like turning. So I found myself on the gas and the brake at the same time along with turning, and that's a no-no. So in order to alleviate that, I took my left foot that I used to drive with all the time, and now before now anyways, I've had a place it underneath the deck plate there for the pedal plate, so I can't use it. So in order, if I am on the gas, I'm on the gas. If I'm on the brake, I'm on the brake. But I'm not doing both at once. And I guess a rule of thumb is try not to do two things at once. So if you're steering, you shouldn't really be like shouldn't be on the gas and on the brake too much, because basically, if you want to think about it, your front tires have so much grip. So when you change the input, say it's turning, then if you add gas, you add too much grip, and that's when the car gets tight. If you add brakes, you're either taking grip away, or you're putting more grip in the front, because you're shifting the weight forward, so you're putting too much grip on the tires, and it pushes. So I've just been trying something new to kind of help myself, and it sounds funny, but I gained a few of the tracks that I was practicing. I've gained a lot of time just changing up the way I brake, and it's been more consistent over and over, very close to the exact times over and over and over again. So I think there's hope for me in the future here, Dylan. Hopefully I'm doing the right thing and kind of train my brain a little bit more with the not so many inputs like you were saying.
Jimmy McReynolds, you couldn't have explained it any better. That was a boom on my side, but if you didn't get it, I'm sorry. But no, you explained it very well. I mean, yes, you're right. It's a lot of bad habits. I think a lot of us have that problem. So the pace car is off, and James Honeycutt's going to lead off. Is going to lead us to the green. So he's going to take it down into turn one. Take that middle to high line in turn one. Come out, and Rob Hadenbeck's going to battle with Brandon Cooper in Brandon Cooper in the 18 car. So they're side by side for P number 2. Tom Lamphere is going to shut the door on Austin Cooper in that 12 for P number 3. And that 21 car of Anthony Anthony is demolished truck is doing an awesome job in that P number 5 spot. So, or P6 car. So, he's doing awesome.
No, you're doing a fantastic job. A lot of times, as long as the car's handling straight, you just might not be too good in the open. But with it being a short track, you do have the opportunity. You don't have to worry about aero too much here. Ooh, and the purple is going to go around. We're going to have another passer here on lap 36. That was the 12 of Austin Cooper. It's a heel drop back to the field, but it looks like a single truck incident here. So, just plaguing the series here early. Like I said, I think it's just really, I think this one here was another self-spin. We'll go back and take another look here at what happened to Austin Cooper here as he heads down the backstretch. He is all alone. I'm going to speed this up a little bit here as we head down the backstretch. And yep, just in the in that corner, and just maybe just a too much going around. And if you have a rear brake bias where the number is where it's to the back, it's definitely going to allow that 12 to get around, but only one car involved. A little bit of sliding, so maybe just some angry tires there for the number 12, but it's going to move him back through the field. And I'm sure he will get that EOL from Race Control. Race Control busy here tonight, so give a shout out to Thomas Freitas. He's kind of doing double duty. He's calling for cautions, giving people their EOLs, and also getting that little legend machine out there for the drivers to be able to choose a lane. You know, and I think at this point, and it's Derek, nobody's really kind of like colliding with each other. I mean, the accidents obviously are from like cars spinning, people trying to avoid each other, but we're not seeing anybody really like hard racing where somebody's taking each other out. A lot of these cautions are self-inflicted, and what that says to me is just you know, obviously they want to win, they want to gain positions, but it is early in the race here. We're on lap 39 of 150. We still have 111 laps remaining here tonight. We will be here for every single lap, no matter if it's under caution or not. It, you know, just obviously gives me and Derek more time to fill in the gaps. But I do have some good news, and I know some people that follow us here on CRN kind of know that about 8 months ago that I underwent or had some surgery done, and I had part of my kidney removed because it was cancerous. And today I went to the doctor, and guess what? It's still gone. So all is good here at CRN and the life of Jimmy Gilbert, and the cancer is gone, and we're gonna keep fighting it and keep getting checked on every year. But for now, we're good to go. So there'll be a lot more me here in the boots, obviously, for many months to come here, as long as all willing here. And so we'll keep fighting this thing and keep this thing away. Hopefully it'll be a good thing that we caught it early. So, but anyways, right now the little legend car is out, making them choose a lane. Everybody moving around a little bit. James Honeycutt going to move that top side. They were in that top side for a good start. And it does the 26 of Todd Lampier have the ability to get a good start and battle the number 78 more position, or will he hold up Brandon Cooper on that outside, not allowing him to get by? So pretty good run so far for a few of these top drivers. Along, you know, obviously few self spins. That's okay. We're gonna get ready to go green as the 78 now gets on the loud pedal as Barney waves the green flag, gets a nice and pretty good jump. He's gonna clear the 26 of Top Ampere down in turn one. Brandon Cooper trying to do the same, not quite able to do that. Ampere is battling Brandon Cooper on outside. Brandon Cooper gets the edge there for that turn. 4P number 2, the 26 holding strong. You wonder sometimes, Derek, if, you know, when your truck takes damage. I know there's been times like you take a little bit of damage and your vehicle feels better. I guess it's hard to explain, but like sometimes on a short track, you know, maybe it takes a little bit of power away, so you're able to get on the gas sooner, and it kind of benefits you.
Right, it kind of takes the Achilles heel that's probably plagued you all night away from being able to spin that rear end around. But you know, I don't think the arrow is going to really matter here, as you see the 9 don't know his name, Chase Peppers. No, I was looking at the 9th place car, not the number 9 car. So sorry, Brandon.
32 is going to go over and hit the inside wall. Chase Peppers, we just thought you just says Dave. He spins around, but they're going to keep it green here. He's slow coming down the front stretch, but so the field's going to come around. He's going to get that thing going again. Yeah, they're going to continue going green. So now Brandon Cooper makes his way around the 78 of James Honeycutt. So James Honeycutt allowed that to happen here. We'll go back and take a move as we were watching that accident, seeing if the caution were to fly. But you see the move here. You see Brandon Cooper going to the inside. And the 78 of James Honeycutt coming down. They battle just a little bit. Gets up back and run. Allows the 18 to go by. And just kind of... He tries battling back just a little bit, but knows that he's in a bad spot, so just kind of lets him go by. So 78 then has to battle the 80. So we'll go back up front here live. That was the replay here of the pass for the lead. We will go back here, and you see the 18 now out front over the 78 of James Honeycutt. The 80 of Christopher Smith back there in P number 3. As these three drivers are looking to run away here from Todd Lampier, but he's put up a battle and continue to make that, keep that 26 in the hunt. Anthony Rennick is up 2 spots here in that beat up number 21 Urban Design Machine. He's still having a good run. Jonathan Carter, all the troubles that he's had, has still found himself back there in beat number 6. Fall back a couple spots from the start, but still, if you get control of that, Rob Hattenback goes around again. Self-spin. And we'll go back and watch what happened there with Rob Hattenback here on lap 51. So the caution flag flies yet again, but this time for the number 99 on Rob Hattenback. Making his way down the backstretch, heading down to turn 3, loses the rear end of the 99. Tags the wall just ever so slightly. Go ahead and get that thing spun around right there in front of the 11. Good job with everybody missing that one. Break for the number 99. That looks like it's in pretty good shape though, Derek, because he was able to get that machine back rolling in the right direction.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it took too much damage. Oh, he's going to psych everyone out and stay out. So he said, no, you know what? I'm going to go try to lead a lap here and or gain some track position here.
So we'll go ahead and bring up the tower here. You see some people come down. I'm going to go ahead and bring up the pit lap here. We'll see when your favorite drivers have pitted. You see Brendan Cooper staying out, obviously knowing that position is premium here during this race so far, especially with all the cautions, getting a good jump, getting out there. And most of the incidents are happening towards the middle of the pack, but right now it is going to be Brandon Cooper. Jonathan Carter was in at lap 39. Brandon Kelly was in at lap 21. Rob Hattenback continues to stay out. He will be in P number 4. Then James Honeycutt, he did come in. The rest of the field came in. So James Honeycutt, Charles Miller, Christopher Smith, Todd Lampier, Austin Cooper, Anthony Rednick, Case Beckers, Clint Walker, Christopher Cash for your 13 truck field here tonight. Where is Chris? I see him out there on the track right now.
I think he said he's in pit. He's in the pits. He's in the pits. I was just thinking he is in the pits, but he's behind Clint Walker, which is 3 laps down. So I wonder, he's not last. So
we're gonna get hold of the league owner here and bring him back up in the booth here and see what's going on out there and see how his race was. As he has pulled his number 69 Miller High Life into the trailer here. It looks like for the night. Hey Chris, Jimmy and Derek up in the booth, buddy. I've just kind of seen that you got that number 69 Miller High Life machine. Looks like it's headed for the hauler here for the night. But just wanted to just give you a shout and see how everything was going. And it looks like the drivers are out there just having a little bit of issues with a little bit of throttle control here tonight.
I think Christopher Cash has boiled over and left the sim rig, Jimmy.
That's okay. We know how things go here in the world of racing. I definitely have the experience to say that I've had some unique races. But go ahead, we'll move Chris back down the Smoky Mountains room there. We get ready to go back to green here, and Brendan Cooper out front is going to start this thing as Barney waves the green flag here. Yet again on lap 57 or 150. Take the lead, come down to turn number 1. Jonathan Carter will be that number 5 and P number 2, and it looks like Christopher Smith battling for P number 3 with that number 9.
Christopher Peppers or Chase Peppers, Brandon Kelly in that 09. I do kind of looks of the Hooters truck. Chase Elliott, the Hooters truck. But as Todd Lampier and Brandon Kelly are battling for that P number 3 spot. Oh no!
3 to 2. 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 3 to Oh, big one here. I see James Honeycutt getting caught up on that one as well.
He just lost it. Sorry.
That's all right. Caution flag flies, but yeah, I think another one here. We're just losing that car, trying to, a little bit of beating and banging from the top up here, and the 9, but the 21 just loses it all by herself. Maybe when the rear end tags into James Honeycutt. Nothing that James could have done with that one, but some heavy damage there for the 78. This innocent bystander.
Jimmy, it's sometimes about luck, and I don't think James Honeycutt had any luck on that one. So, I mean, it does happen. We know it's not on purpose. So, I mean, but that doesn't make it feel any better as a driver.
No. Yeah, you're having a good run. You're out there, you're the lead, and that's the place to be. You decide to come in the pits and maybe take some fresh tires and maybe enough fuel to go the remainder of the race, and stuff like that happens, unfortunately, and that's just not what as a driver is. It's disheartening, at times, and the thing is just to kind of keep getting out there and learn to race around your peers. Really, if you haven't put into practice with the truck, it's maybe good just to get out there and maybe run some slower laps, even if your truck beat up, and get out there, get some laps in, learn that throttle, and that way the next race will be that much better. So the learning curve, Derek, and sometimes it's not as easy as like push the gas and go and turn left all the time. And we do have one of our fellow drivers that we go for us off, and he's like, go left. So sometimes it seems to be a little more difficult than that. But here we are on lap 62 of 150, running here at Nashville Fairgrounds. Definitely a challenging one here tonight. I'm sure all the drivers are looking forward to putting this one behind them. I hope and getting everything turned around and get on a good green flag run that we know that these drivers can put in. But right now it is going to be 18 of Brandon Cooper out front over Jonathan Carter, Christopher Smith, Brandon Kelly, Todd Lamphere for your top 5, then Rob Hadenbeck for Austin Cooper, Charles Miller, Anthony Rennick, Chase Peppers for your top 10. And you got James Honeycutt in 11th, Clint Walker, Christopher Cash, and then our great legend out there, Tom Fridas, as the shoes car, man. I mean, it's a sight. It's a sight to see as they're coming towards him.
It looks like a bunch of men versus the clown car. So
I like the way they do it. I applaud them. It's not like I haven't been with a series that they decided to choose lane, put something out there, choose lane. I think there's supposed to be a mark on the track, if I'm not mistaken, that they have to choose before they get there.
Yep.
With it not being on this track, they implemented that themselves manually here with the implementation of the legend car. So
some creativity.
Oh yeah, no, I give them A+ for that.
But I mean, it is what it is.
That guy going out there and making sure he's in the right spot at the right time, and drivers know not to hit him so that he can choose a lane. So it's a lot of work, and definitely commend Thomas for going down there. He's just as busy down there, especially with the questions here tonight. As we are here in the booth. Right now, it is going to be at the 18 of Brandon Cooper getting on that loud pedal one more time. Here on lap 65, 150, getting back in the lead over that number 5. And we'll go back to Christopher Smith, and he is able to go back. Going to go down the road. He's going to look to the inside. Nice run as he's going to hold that 80 down to the bottom of the track. Gets that 80 rotated nice and easy on the throttle. With a nice launch down that front stretch, down in turn number 2. Has the advantage currently over the number 5 as he wants to get up there with that 18 of Brandon Cooper and not let him run away.
Christopher Smith, he hits the wall, gets a little loose, hits the inside wall, keeps it going straight. Going to lose a couple spots to top Lamphere, Austin Cooper, the 9 of Brandon Kelly, The 0-2, Clint Walker gets loose coming out of the corner. He's going to spin, hit the wall. Inside wall collects James Honeycutt. Oh, they're still wrecking. Oh, that was crazy. In that high caliber racing machine, Clint Walker gets it turned around. Doesn't look like he has too much damage. I mean, the front's a little banged up, but doesn't look like any tires are flowing off or going in any wrong direction. But Jimmy, that was quite a couple corners there. A lot of slipping and sliding, as you can see. Clint Walker gets loose, avoids Kirster Smith, hits the outside wall, comes across the track. James Honeycutt does not have anywhere to go. The 11 car, I don't know. I mean, if that's all he got, that's lucky. And then Rob Hackenback gets tagged by the 32 truck and gets sent to the inside wall. So
yeah, Rob was slowing up to stay out of that incident, and the 32 is not quite slowing up as much as he should have. Gets into the back of that 99, sending him around. So another late caution here on lap 64. As we continue to work our way to the ultimate goal of finishing here at lap 150. What's the play mark? It's been an interesting one here, definitely on a huge learning curve. I think at this point, Derek, you know, who is going to survive the madness, the mayhem that some of these early laps are turning into? But right now, on the cars that has not pit, Brandon Cooper. I reset. Never mind. He hit early, and I had to reset SDK, so I don't have the last time that Brendan he wrecked and came up here. So it was really early on, but yeah. So Brendan Cooper did pit a little bit earlier. So unfortunately, I don't have his current lap time. But when he came back, everybody has pit at least once. But yeah, it's you know, at this point, Derek, I don't know how far they can go. And I'm wondering if there's anybody out there that can go the rest of the distance without pitting anymore. With all the amount of cautions, or you know, passing is a premium. Each spot is important, and I know a lot of people have that split decision to make when they come up on the pace car. As I'll say, I'll go ahead. I'm on Brandon Cooper here. We'll hop on top of the truck as he is following the pace car around, and we kind of see what he sees, a little bit higher angle here as he comes around the corner, and you will be able to see that little legend car is in the middle of the track, and he has to choose which side he wants to go to. There's a little legend car. He's going to go to the high side. And we look behind, and you can see everybody choosing lanes, filing too wide. You can see there, you know, the choose lane thing is an interesting concept to me, because obviously, you know, let's say the 12 is in second place, and now has he's in third place, but now instead of being the inside, he is elected to go to the outside, ultimately kind of being a P number 4, but it just might be the line that's better and what they're comfortable with starting. So we're going to go around here. The lights are off on the pace car. Yeah, we're getting ready to go back to green, Derek.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes if you're, I wouldn't say it's better. I think the bottom lane is a little bit tougher because you get kind of pinched and you don't have the road. I would probably much rather be on the outside here. But if you're in like fifth place in that second spot behind, I mean, you're jumping a couple spots, yeah, but I mean, you're also probably putting yourself in a spot that might push yourself a little too hard and spin the truck. So, but the green is out, and Brandon Cooper's off in that 18. Jonathan Carter is right behind them, and Todd Lamphere in P number 3. Austin Cooper in the 12 car in that 11 truck behind them in a 9. Brandon Kelly are fighting for that P number 5 spot, as he's going to go. As you can see, the 11 truck of Charles Miller is going to back off. Anthony Rednick is rear nick. Not Rednick.
Redneck.
I know. I feel like I'm saying redneck, but
No. Definitely not saying that, but
No.
yeah, definitely a unique, challenging name. I'm usually the one saying messing up people's name. You're more than welcome to take my crown away for that. I even asked.
Oh no!
Brandon Kelly getting into it with 21 of Anthony Arenik. Those two drivers go around one more time on lap 77 of 150 as we have made the halfway point here.
Yeah, we
will go back and watch to see what happened here between that 9 and 21. The 9 just a little bit loose, and the 21 a little bit tight. So 21 coming up and meeting the 9 as he was gathering that car. He slowed down a little bit. It looks like Rob Hattenbeck just misses that one. You look at the 32 chasing down the 21. He's able to move. A 78 of James Honeycutt is like, not again. Is able to avoid the spinning number 21 coming down that front stretch. So tough break for some of these drivers. Looks like the 69 is back out on the track. Just for cash, with the amount of laps, to see if I can show what you think out there. You can see that he's a few laps down. I think with all these cautions, he might be able to get a few of those back.
That's a lot of laps to be down, though. Just saying.
We're 79 laps in, and our race control. He's only down 60 laps, so our race control has completed 20 laps here tonight, setting up that little Legends car in the field, getting ready to go. As a matter of fact, we're gonna go down there and hop down. We'll hop in. Let's see, put my cockpit. I adjust the camera. There we go. So we can take you down on the inside of the cockpit here of the Legend car as he comes up in the back of the field and kind of falls around, gets ready to get in position. So we'll see the good old work of our race control. And like I said, it's a race control. I give it to Tom each and every week, keeping people in check. And some people don't like the decisions of what race control says, but they're the ones in control, and they're the ones that enforce the rules. Black and white. The league has put out rules that you can find on Discord, and you can read through them if you're the driver, you're out there listening. It's a good thing to read those rules. Whatever league that you're in, some of them have multiple tires. Some of them, if you cause an accident, you get an EOL. Some of them, if you cause too many accidents, you get points. And if you gain too many points, then you have to sit a race out. Or if you get way too many points, you have to sit out the rest of the season. But just a bird's eye view here of.
I do think I like that a little bit because of the simple fact that it puts emphasis of trying to be a clean driver. Sometimes, obviously, stuff doesn't work out in your favor, and you make a mistake.
That's what race control does. If it's a racing incident and it doesn't warrant any penalty points, and then it's given. If it's a mistake of older drivers, they didn't check up. They weren't paying attention to their surroundings. They board somebody and comes an accident. It does put a little pressure on the drivers to, let a racecraft and be patient, and that's the biggest thing here. And it's tonight, and it's not being patient with the other drivers, but it's being patient with the throttle control of these trucks. They are super sensitive coming off the corners, and they, if you miss your braking point and your brake bias is too far back, the rear end's gonna come around. But pace car getting ready to come in here, I believe, shortly. Yep, it's in. As these drivers will get back to going green here very shortly. That number 18 of Brandon Cooper is going to get on the loud pedal. on the outside. Good run. Doesn't quite have the 80. Christopher Smith cleared it because Christopher Smith gets a nice, good run down in there. Able to get that 80 turned. Not able to pull along the 18, but be able to fall in behind. You see the 5 of Jonathan Carter now fighting with the 26 of Todd Lampier. He's down on the inside. With 99 to Rob Hatton back a little up, like going to the high side, allows a couple of drivers to come by. The 78 of James Honeycutt back there, and P number 8 moves into P number 7 as he's able to use that low side to his advantage. James Honeycutt trying to move back forward as he got some laps left early on in this race. Being able to stay out of there, but you see right there, almost loses control of that number 78 being find that edge of that throttle. You know, when's the good point to accelerate this truck down the straightaway, because then you gotta get in the brakes, let this thing roll, and work your way around here. Going to the outside of the number 11. 11 was maybe a little bit off pace here. The 78 is gonna move himself back in there to Pete number 7, but right now it's still Brandon Cooper over Christopher Smith. Down to Carter in that number 5. Todd Lampier in the number 26. Still has some damage there. Austin Cooper in the number 12. Up 6 spots apparently. Sitting in P number 5, but has some pressure by that number 99 of Rob Hattenback.
Rob Hattenback got his fast repair going. That truck looks awesome again. As you can see, James Hunter going to get a little loose behind them. And the 11 of Charles Miller is spun out on the front stretch there, as another caution comes out with 60 to go.
Yeah, 89 laps in the books right now. Crossing the line here for number 90. So another caution here at lap 89, and this one's going to be with Charles Miller. So yeah, watch that number 11. Just getting loose, right, trying to catch it, and gets tagged. It gets a little bit of an assist by the 32, so unable to catch it. As he had to check up, and 32 was unable to slow down in time, tagging the 11, sending him around. The 2 cars involved here right now on lap
Hey, Chris,
lap 90 of 150.
Hey, Christopher Cash, you out there?
What's up, buddy?
Hey, guy.
Hey, welcome to the booth, buddy. We see you're 48 laps out now? Or 50 laps out?
Yeah, I had some dad duties to go take care of real fast, and
poo-poo doo-doos?
no, we've got a sick little one here, so we're yeah.
Oh, they get better, buddy.
Yeah, she's finally laying down, but we'll see how long that lasts.
Well, that's what she said.
We'll have to say that you're missing an action-packed race out there. See some of the drivers having a little bit of trouble with some of the acceleration here with these trucks.
Yeah.
Do you still have a fast repair, sir?
I do not.
That probably might be your winning ticket, even if being 50 laps down there, though, sir.
Yeah, it's what it is. It's the first race this season. A lot of these guys have raced against each other, and it's showing. I mean, of course, you got our normals like Rob, Todd, Chris Smith up front. You know, all them guys running a pretty clean race. It's, you know, not saying anything bad about the new guys, but it's just not being comfortable around each other is what it seems like to be. This setup's a little loose coming off the exit as well.
Yeah,
what kind of setup are you getting a setup made, or is it the iRacing setup?
Yeah, it's a setup that's being made from somebody that Rob knows.
Okay.
So that's his baby on that one. I will say I'm enjoying the setup. I think it feels really good. But you do have to be a little careful on your exits here. Get a little throttle happy will get you in some trouble, and I think that's what's causing a lot of it.
Yeah, it's exactly what's causing everything. Versus the exits for it's not quite that. See, as I guess I don't know how to explain it to so he can't light switch the throttle. He can't get off of it like coast, and it's not on your because everyone just stepping on it. 90% of these incidents are self-spins that turn into a truck incidents here tonight. But not looking too bad. I think maybe some of the drivers get frustrated. The one thing that we're talking about, I look at the implementation of race control, the engine control, drivers to use a lot. It's that Did you see that something somewhere in another series, or is this something that you guys came up with?
So we talked about doing it during the late model stock car tour, but it's a little late in the season because guys are asking, do I get lane choice? Do I get lane choice? And so I finally just said, we'll stick Tom out there, our RC, and let him be the choose cone since there's no markings on these tracks like there is in real life. That gives the indicator, pick your line. So it gives Tom something fun to do instead of just sitting there watching us hooligans run around the track here.
I think definitely has his hands full tonight with the questions. It looks like he's having a little bit of fun. He's getting out there, able to get done, all these trucks. And I guess if he really makes some of these drivers mad, I wouldn't be surprised if one day he moves come.
Well, the rule is if you hit the choose cone, you're parking it for the night. So,
boy, it's definitely a fun deal. But we're back on the green again right now. Brandon Cooper gonna hop out front over there over Jonathan Carter. Jonathan Carter obviously having some issues here early on, but has found his way back to the front. Christopher Smith has found himself back on the P3. Austin Cooper net 12 after an early incident has found himself in the B number 4. He's up 7 spots. That's good to see.
Yeah, buddy. Rob Hadmack and Tom here battling for that P number 6 spot, or P number 5 spot as Todd Lamphere is on the bottom. Gets a little sideways, allowing Rob Hadmack to get the drive off the corner. Into the corner, he's going to take a diamond-shaped corner. Going to get a nice little run X, maybe clear Todd, and Todd now has the 21 of Anthony of the 21 truck on his bumper. Todd Lamphere battles back on the inside with Rob Hadmack, and he's might be able to clear. That was a sharp clear, but he was also clear himself, so no big deal. Big deal because it looked like it was close up from my angle. So, but as Anthony still gets a little loose coming out of that corner, Rob Hadmack's good following behind Todd Lamphere, trying to pressure him into making mistakes so he can get on the inside and try to make that pass for that. And the caution is out at lap 100. And Chris, is this a stage break?
Correct. This is our stage break.
So we're going to have stage break at 50 lap intervals?
Yeah, I pretty much figured to split up in thirds for this first race to kind of see how these trucks are going to do on tires, get everybody, a rough idea how they're going to act on these kind of tracks, because let's face it, these trucks are not made for these tracks. So just kind of give everybody an idea. We'll switch it up as the season goes on, maybe have some short stints, some long stints, and everything in between.
Kind of like that. It gives the drivers a chance to mix things up a little bit. But I see a lot of drivers coming down in the pits right now. Jonathan Carter's deciding to stay out along with Rob Hadmack. Anthony Reddick is going to go ahead and stay out there, and then number 21 as well. Chase Peppers is going to stay out. But Christopher Smith, Todd Lamphere, James Honeycutt, Austin Cooper, Brandon Cooper, all coming down in the pits right now. So middle of the pack coming down in, maybe for some make sure they got enough fuel and some fresh tires. Well, as loose as these trucks are going on tonight here, Derek, I don't know if it's a benefit or not.
Right. I don't know. Since we have a lot of cautions, I think this is. It doesn't really matter. It depends on how you're feeling with the guy around you. If you're not really, but you can see Christopher Cash up there in that makeshift P number 5 spot, or 1, 2, 3, 4 P number 4 spot. He doesn't seem like he's getting his lucky dogs, and that's not fair to him. I think baby duty should count as like a computer hardware issue, because
used to say in the Navy right there. No, when you're, they don't clean your sea back. and it's a rough saying, and I never understood why people said that, but like basically almost saying that they don't matter. And I think that's what took me so long to advance. So I was in the Navy because my family took major priority over other things, and it's a very fine line that you know from being in the military that trying to juggle your life in the military, your personal life can be very challenging with a family. It really does hamper stuff, but it can, go the same thing here with racing and, family first, it's out here, all the drivers are out here to have fun and, do the best they can. And, if something comes up and, your little one needs you, that's, where you need to be. And, it's good to see that, somebody like Christopher Cash out there, knows that. And, as much as he probably wants to get out there and run every lap, you have to do them daddy duties and get things done. Just.
Yeah, and it's also the fact my wife was standing outside my room where my rig is, just death staring me. I tried to put it long enough, and I was like, "All right, boys."
Yeah, the death stare from the wife is not a good one, and I appreciate all the wives out there, all the significant others, and that allow the drivers out here to enjoy what they do. And it does take some time away from the family. It's not a 20-minute Call of Duty round. It's, you'd be out here for a while. We've been going here for a while, been out here for about an hour. And I'm sure these drivers are wanting to get this thing over with, but we're landing on this caution here. Looks like we're getting back underway here shortly, as they are now side by side. Lights are off on the pace car, heading down the backstretch. We're going to get this thing underway. Hopefully, we will see some green flag running here for the final laps. 43 laps remaining. The 5 of Jonathan Carter and Rob Hamm back on that front row. We're going to see those guys and drivers get underway here as right now is the 5 is on the loud pedal, and he heads down the turn line with a nice jump start over Rob Hamm. So no battling between the 5 and the 99. Now just to be easy on that throttle as much as possible.
I don't like it.
99 a little slow. 21 going down to the loop inside there to get underneath Rob Hamm back. 26 of how that beer are going to take that lower line as well. So it's maybe the newer tires kind of coming into play where the inside feels more comfortable to these drivers. You're just got to be careful with the exits. That's what a lot of drivers have had troubles with here tonight. From a third person's point of view. Looking forward to talking with the drivers here tonight, and I'm sure they will share their frustrations with the truck here on the short track. But pretty good run right now. Brandon Cooper up now to P07. The 78 James Honeycutt trying to move his way back up forward as he had some good runs here early on with those early laps led. But we are pretty much single file, I think, throughout the field right now. No side-by-side action going on right at the moment. North Carter with a nice little lead now out to a 0.6 second lead over Christopher Smith, and at number 80. Ooh, and the 21 gets a little loose there. That Anthony Rednick's going to head up the track a little bit. Doesn't go around. He goes out the inside, hits the inside wall. They go 3-1. The flag is out. Everybody should be slowing up. Slow. Caution's out, boys. Caution flies here at 113, and it looks like just that number 26 going down to the inside. Oh, he checked up a little bit for the 12. Trying to leave and get a good exit, unable to do so. Lets up on the gas, gets rear-ended by the 12 of Austin Cooper.
I think the 12 was thinking the 26 was going to slide down, which is a pretty good, thought process in my mind. But
they're so fast.
Todd, and Todd locked them down, and that doesn't help either. It does help for Todd, but they're not very high speed corners, where when you lock them down, you're just going to keep on sliding. But he got it stopped pretty well. And then Austin just
Yeah,
You know, I think Todd would have saved it if it didn't get that bump. But
yeah, it's kind of hard to say. I mean, is the 12 just kind of probably lifted with the gas a little bit, and the 26 was not heading down to the inside as fast as I'm sure Austin was expecting. And unfortunately, tagging that rear end of the 26 of Todd that here, put him around here. But we're on lap 115 of 150. A lot of these trucks with some pretty decent damage on them. And I'm going to go ahead and just kind of show you the front ends of most of these cars here. Kind of give you fans out there kind of what these drivers are battling through. 5 looking like it's in pretty decent shape. Probably uses, I know he uses fast repair. And you got back here Christopher Smith. He's got some left damage done on that machine. Austin Cooper. The whole front end's kind of smashed in a little bit. He's in P number 3. Anthony Rennick, we've seen that 21 take a brunt of quite a few races, or not races, but incidents here tonight. He's got some good damage on that. Brandon Cooper's truck is looking pretty clean. Just has not been able to work his way back up to the front yet, as he did come in for that stage break. James Honeycutt's got a pretty clean machine so far, but again, has to find his way through the pack. He'll work his way up front. Chase Peppers up 7 spots there, Derek, in at number 32, but got some pretty good damage on that Ford machine. Charles Miller got some left front damage. Rob Hattenbeck, I think he timed his fast repair pretty good there. As the front end of that machine's in pretty decent shape. Then back there with P number 10, out left here is the truck is a bit on the mangled side.
That's what you call a bad company race car, because at the back is
damage. Brandon Kelly's got damage.
And then the one
the daddy duty machine. I mean, that thing is about as clean as it comes.
Yeah, I kind of kicked the wall a little bit.
Interesting race so far. Obviously, we've seen the cautions flying here, but we're on lap 117, 150. Starting to wind down here. We're going to go back to green as the 5 will get back on the loud pedal, heading down to turn number 1 for the 80 of Christopher Smith, looking to maybe battle on that outside. Not able to get the run that he wanted. He's going to fall back in behind that number 5. Maybe try to get a run on the next lap here. Looking down at inside, but the 5 will dive down to the apex there. Through 3 and 4 as they head down to the start finish line. Everybody seems to be filing out. They get this good lap in here on now lap 119. James Honeycutt looking down the inside, not able to make it work. 99 lap Hattenbeck. They're looking to get around Austin Cooper in the 12. But they are 3 wide in front of him. Brandon Cooper going to the outside of the 80. Going to punch that 80 down to the inside of the 5. He's going to push down the 80 as well. All is for the lead here between the 80, Christopher Smith, and Jonathan Carter on that outside. Brandon Cooper looking to get around. The 5 gets a little loose. Christopher Smith leads that lap.
I feel like Brandon Cooper when I'm driving down my road, stuck behind 2 cars in front of me. You can't go nowhere.
Definitely trying to pick the faster car to be with right now. The 80 Christopher Smith is able to use that lower line, but the 5.
Well, I think for right now, I think if I was Brandon Cooper, I think I would be the one that be in the middle just in case one of them gets loose. So that way you have enough time to react. As always. Yep, just like that.
Now the car gets that 5 loose, trying to get on the throttle again. Rear end goes around, and Brandon Cooper is able to take advantage and move the 18 into P number 2. Pace car is out here on lap 123 of 150, working these laps down. It's been a long one here tonight, and I can feel the pain of some of these drivers with these trucks here tonight here at Nashville. We'll go back and double check with the 5 and just kind of see what happens. There's some really good battling going on there, and we'll see what happened. Again, just going into the corner, the rear end just breaking loose. 18 was able to avoid that, but the 5 is going to slide high, allow the rest of the field to go around. The rear end hits, puts them back forward, so basically a single car incident. Another one.
I'm not going to lie. When I tested, it took me probably 5 times to get a complete lap down before I didn't wreck coming out of the pits or coming out of the corner or going into the corner. So, because I was on a stock iRacing setup, and that was hard. So I will have to say, it is hard to drive this track. I didn't think it would be, but it is hard to drive. I will say that. Too much power. Too much power. Sometimes power's not better. Bigger's not better.
Only in Texas.
Even then, still not better. Hey, Chris, you passed your pit stall, but
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I remember my first truck race.
I'm new.
Well, anyways, no, I mean,
needs to crack another one open, as we've only got about 26 laps remaining, getting ready to get to that point, although with only 25. So
I mean, I think
It's eating ice cream is what I should have done.
I don't think the admins of or the race control would appreciate that. I mean, you hit everything else, so.
go out there.
Isn't that what he said? Isn't that what he said? You might as well go out there and hit the pace car. Hit the pace car. Well, in this case, you can hit the pace car, but it won't do nothing. So you can hit good old the choose cone.
I'm just waiting for somebody to get airborne off the nose of that thing.
I mean, you should have put like the little a radical out there. People would have been using it for a ramp.
I'm not gonna lie, that would be kind of cool to watch Tom try to race that behind everyone for the entire race.
I mean, he'd be able to squeeze it in some places we couldn't, that's for sure.
I mean, I'm sure at this pace here, Tom might be in the lead. We were just kind of going through it, and when I show the gap, it shows Tom's 95
He would at
laps.
least have it.
95 laps down. It's a 150 lap race with 25 laps to go. So Tom's got about 30 laps on the track right now. So
yeah, it's gonna make points later with Tom in here,
right?
We got a new world record here of penalty points.
But Chris Miller found himself up there in Pete number 2 after all these cautions are starting to kind of wind down and being able to choose that choose cone. So he's going to go to the inside, moving him to the front row. We'll see if that 11 has what it takes to get around the number 80 of Christopher Smith with those great starts he's been having. And then Brandon Cooper, again, in another situation, trying to get in battle with the 80 just to have somebody down the inside. So he needs a great start along with that 80 of Christopher Smith. Christopher Smith gets back on the lap pedal with a great start, and the 18 of Brandon Cooper is able to get clear the number 11 as well for Pete number 2. A little bit of a wall rushing there as we go by, but the number 26 gets underneath the 11. Can they hold it? They are too wide. Back there's for through about 6th.
Yeah, Jimmy, I mean, that's... If you got a big enough plug-in, you could... A small enough plug-in, you could throw it over there. It's kind of like Talladega. Cover all those cars in one. You can see the 11 of Chris Miller. Is it Chase? Charles Miller of the 11. I thought you said Chris. But he falls back. He fell back to P number 5 with the Austin Cooper on his butt. And Rob Hackback in P number 5.
Battle for the lead here between Christopher Smith and the 18 of Brandon Cooper here. 19 laps to go. Brandon Cooper down on the inside. Going down into turn number 3 there, side by side.
If I was Christopher Smith, I would try to stay on his door so I could probably make him use up his right front, but I don't know if who has the fresher tires, because that might make a difference here. As you can see, Brandon Cooper has passed Christopher Smith, so on the inside. So it looks like the best passing lane is on the inside, because we've seen a lot more passes on the inside than the out, which would mean I was wrong once again. So don't tell my wife I admitted I was wrong. So
The way the field is starting to spread out just a little bit, as I'm sure the unique streamline of these trucks with their modified airlines that they got going on here tonight, with only one fast repair, has definitely put these trucks on a challenge to drive a wounded vehicle, as it's been very eventful tonight here with the cautions. But the 12 and the 78, look at the battle. 78 going to the outside, all on the slow side. The 78 James Honeycutt is able to get by, moving to P number 6. Back up front, Brandon Cooper leads over Christopher Smith. Anthony Rednick has found himself into P number 3, kind of all by himself, nowhere near. Kyle Dampier is a little ways back now, as Rob Hanback has made his way up, or trying to continue to make his way around that number 26. Seen the damage on the 26, and so now with the race continuing for a little while, definitely coming down to a point where able to use the cleaner trucks to their advantage.
Cleaner trucks, probably fresher tires. That's also the one biggest difference from the late model tours to the trucks, Jimmy. The tire changing difference. The speed on those is completely different. It feels like it takes forever to change a set of tires, or like the right sides versus 4 tires on the truck. So, I mean, that does make a difference, especially on these smaller tracks where you don't have much. But as you can see, Brandon Kelly has decided to pull in that number 9 machine into the pits, and Brandon Cooper is off, still in P number 1. With almost a half second. Oh, there's an accident down the backstretch. Austin Cooper loses it, and Charles Miller gets collected up, had nowhere to go. Maybe he got a little loose himself as they're coming up. They keep on going. Austin Cooper's machine, he needs to go get sponsored, get some spare car parts from Napa Know-How. So we'll see how this.
Yes. The replay here, just the 12 coming down, the 11 drifting up just a little bit. They tag each other. The 11 will T-bone the 12.
In my opinion, Jimmy, that looked a little weird.
I can go back and watch it again a little bit from Charles Miller's point of view here. We'll slow it down. Head to the nose of that truck there, kind of see what Charles Miller was looking at as he was going down to the inside of the 12. Start this thing off, and then they will head down the back stretch and boop, a little touch.
Well, like it had a little wiggle or some sort, and then kind of like a glitch of some sort when we were in that one view. So
yeah, I can try to go back and slow it down again here and go to chase view. We'll kind of see what's going on here, and then we'll play it here as they head down. You see that 12
right there. Down. Did you see it?
Yeah.
That the whole truck kind of wiggled, kind of oddly, but I don't know if that's just there's a bump right there. But that's not too bad of a hit on the inside wall. But this one's gonna hurt. More so for Charles than it was for Austin. But Austin kept a good job off the wall. So.
A nice little green flag run there. Get about 10 laps or so in under green. Not quite sure what our longest run was under green here so far tonight. As like I said, the drivers just kind of racing hard and learning the throttle control on these trucks on these small tracks. Set up maybe a little loose here tonight, but the race is almost over. There's 7 laps remaining. Looks like by the time we get done with these caution laps, choose lane, we're going to be looking like 5 laps to go. But remember, we do have a few green-white checkers for these drivers to finish this race. So Brandon Cooper, everything's kind of rolling the dice, working his way, as he had that unfortunate event there during the heat race where he had to start in the back of the field and work his way forward here. Right now is Brandon Cooper out front over Christopher Smith, Anthony Rennick, Rob Hattenback, Todd Lampier, James Honeycutt. Charles Miller, Chase Peppers, Austin Cooper, Clint Walker, Brandon Kelly, Jonathan Carter, and Christopher Cash. There are 13 truck field here tonight. I feel like there's a few drivers missing here.
I do too. Austin Cooper's out. Clint Walker's is in the pits. Kelly's in the pits. Jonathan Carter's out. Christopher Cash is minus 49 laps now. He got a lap back somehow. Staying out. Hey, Chris, I mean, you're doing an awesome job of getting your lap back, buddy.
I was here for a good time, not a long time.
Right. You're here so you don't get fined?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's never been an interesting one here tonight, and I don't know if it'd be any different if it was at a super speedway, to be honest. There's still the super speedways. A lot of people they don't have to do too much throttle control, but it's I don't take that back, because going down into some of them turns, depending on the super speedway, you have to lift just a little bit to allow them trucks to kind of stay down and not lift up the track, but. Pace car is in and getting ready to go back green here. We have 5 laps to go. Crossing the line, we have 4 laps to go. That's the 80 and the 18 are side by side going through turns 1 and 2. The 18 is going to edge out the 80, going down the backstretch, heading down in turn number 3. 21 are looking to mile his way up into a better position than P number 3 as he is all over that back upper of the number 80.
Yeah, I mean, if I was Anthony, I know you want to get up there and challenge for a win, but at the same time, with the way things have been going, I think I would kind of just ride and hold off the guys behind me. But 2 laps to go.
2 laps to go. Get the 80 a little. He went on the progress in that rear end, get around just a little bit. And the 21 is trying to. Maybe assist the 80 to get up there and battle with the 18. The 21 here with the final lap as white flag is in the air. The 21 going to the inside. Anthony Rennick trying to pull away with a P number 3. But here comes James Honeycutt on the outside of that 21, looking to steal away P number 3 in the back. Does he have the run? But no, 21 will come away with the P number 3, but the 18 of Brandon Cooper will be your winner here tonight over Christopher Smith. 21, Anthony Rennick. James Honeycutt will finish in 4th. And Rob Hattenback, Bob Lampier, Charles Miller, Chase Peppers, Austin Cooper, Clint Walker, Brandon Kelly, Jonathan Carter, and then Christopher Cash, our man, the myth, the legend.
Thank you for hanging out, buddy.
Oh, it's always a pleasure hanging out with you fellas, I will say.
I tried to go here earlier and see what was going on. I thought you were packing up in the holler and heading out for the evening, but you didn't say anything, so I put you back.
I think his frustration got the best of him and he walked out.
The Kelly, if you're still watching, it's the practice session opens up at 7:30 Central, and then the race will start. Or qualifying will start at
9 p.m.
9 Eastern or 8 Central, and they do a heat race, and then that will finalize the lineup for the trucks, and then they will run laps here. So if you're interested, you can talk with me over in our Discord over at Core, or I can send you the link here and get you in touch with Christopher Cash, as he is the boss over here at Smoky Mountain Motorsports. Again, congratulations to the top 3, Brandon Cooper, Christopher Smith, Anthony Rennick, as we will await them to head to the booth, or we will drag them like we usually do.
Yes, we do. No one ever listens.
We pull them whether they're kicking and screaming.
All right.
Get everybody a chance to kind of explain their race, say congratulations, and see how they do. But everybody out there, again, thanks for hanging in here. It was a rough one here tonight, I'm sure, for not everybody. It's probably a little hard to watch, but hopefully we kept you entertained. And we really appreciate. I think I've seen 10 or 12 people on at the same time, so it's good to see everybody out there chatting up a little bit. And having a good evening. So please remember to like, share, subscribe, as CRN is well on its way. We just broke the 1,000 mark, so be looking to apply for a partnership here for CRN for YouTube. So good things to come for CRN here in the future as well. But right now we need to look at the top three as they look like they're in there, Derek. So why don't you go ahead and pull in our third place finisher, Anthony Rednick, and see how his race went.
Hey, Anthony, Jimmy, and Derek in the booth. Got us.
Yes, sir.
How's tonight didn't go as planned. I would imagine a little bit of issues of keeping that truck going straight. Sometimes truck had quite a bit of damage at one point. Had a little bit of damage towards the end. But did you feel like you had something to for the leaders or the front two to catch them?
Oh yeah, I remember on 125 I took a set of all four, and I just stuck to the back bumper of Chris, and I was hoping to get the at least B2, but held me off.
I mean, it was a challenging race for everyone tonight, trying to keep that rear end of that truck planted into the concrete asphalt. But we do have $1 million question to ask you.
Yes, sir.
How do you say your last name? Because I'm pretty sure I butchered it like No.
The way I say it is Rennick.
Rednick.
RENNICK.
I'm just gonna call you Anthony R. Anthony R. on the number is only one truck. Because I really feel like I'm
Maybe
going
he
to
likes
say
Tony.
But yeah, man, you had an awesome run tonight. Finishing P number 3. I'll give you a few minutes to give yourself anyone out there watching a shout out or any sponsors a shout out. So
I just got to thank all my teammates at BCR and Coleman Designs for the paints.
All right. Well, that's a great finish tonight, man, and hope to see you next week on the podium or in victory lane, man.
Yes, sir. We're going to give it a shot.
Go enjoy your night or celebrate your third place finish with your friends and family, man.
Yes, sir.
That was your P number 3, Anthony Rennick. So Derek now is $1 million richer for knowing how to say his last name. But a good run there by the number 21. We were going to go ahead and bring in our P number 2 finisher here. No stranger to the booth at all. Had a pretty rough finish to last series in the late model stock cars, but here finds himself in P number 2. Christopher Smith had a pretty rough night tonight. Why don't you give us a little bit of rundown on the challenges that you have with the trucks on these short tracks?
Yeah, man, we've ran these trucks before. It's just, I don't know if it's just people that's never ran them. It's breaking on here, man, with these trucks. It's a very fine line between getting on it too hard and just so much power. But overall, man, it was just up front was pretty clean.
Yeah, definitely a lot of good running up front. Seen a lot of single truck incidents where the rear ends would break in on exit or as the truck was entering into the corner of the apexes, the rear, moving that rear end around as well. So maybe some brake bias adjustments by some drivers, but you managed to walk away tonight with a P number 2. This is the start of a new season here with Smoky Mountain in the truck series here on Wednesday nights. So how are you looking forward to the rest of the races coming up, and what are your chances for next week?
I like Kern a lot. Just show up and see what we can do.
I mean, I guess that's the start of a good plan, right? Go fast, turn left, make sure I'm there. But again, from CRN and everybody else out there, people are going to be rooting for you and following you the rest of the season. So congratulations on the rough P number 2 here tonight, and hopefully we'll get to see you next week. But before we let you get out of here, we'll give you a little chance to get any shout-outs that you may have.
Yeah, thanks my wife let me do this. Say hey to my dad. I know he's watching. Thanks Brandon right there running me pretty clean. Just bad company racing. Cash for putting on the league and y'all for broadcasting.
Always thankful for the shout outs there, Chris, and hopefully we'll see you next week. We'll let you go celebrate with your friends and family.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
That's your second place finisher. The number 80, again, no stranger to the booth, Christopher Cash. Looking forward to seeing him in many races to come up here with us. But
Christopher Smith.
It's Chris Smith, not Cash. Cash he's in here anyway. Christopher Smith. I'm just trying to get it in Cash's head that he needs to be up here on the podium. But anyways, good run there by the 80. We'll get Brandon Cooper in here. We'll see what the winner has to say, and then we'll get some final thoughts from Derek, and we'll get some from the league owner here, Christopher Cash, as he's our gracing us with his presence here on the track here tonight. So, but anyways, go ahead, Derek, take it away for Brandon.
Hey, Brandon, it's Jimmy and Derek in the booth. Got us.
Yep, gotcha.
Hey, man, you had a pretty good heat race. I don't remember where you finished, but I know you ran pretty decently in the heat race. You had a little bit of trouble in the feature, but why don't you give us a little bit of a rundown of how you felt your race went tonight?
Starting out with the heat, man, started good, ran some good laps. I know we were above the number 5 there. I think 5 laps ago in the heat, got wrecked, and went to the back, got wrecked again, coming to the final lap. So we started this race from the back. Had our work cut out for us, but I felt like I had a really good handle on the track. I feel like I was able to pass people pretty easily. It did take some patience, some throttle control, of course, but felt like we had a rocket ship tonight. One stage 1, one stage 2, and was able to come back to the field the last 50 laps, win the race. So overall, I think we had a great night.
Well, I mean, you definitely put on a clinic towards the last 25 laps there. But, how do you feel about your chances next week going to Kern?
So we have not set any laps at Kern in our iRacing career yet, so that'll be definitely be interesting. But I'm confident in myself. I'll just take what I learned tonight and just apply it to next week.
All right. Well, I'll give you a few minutes to give any shout outs to any friends, family, or sponsors that may be watching.
I feel like we got to thank Mr. Cash for putting this on. He works very hard behind the scenes, and I was trying to learn some of the stuff he was doing. He's definitely killing it. Tom too, being race control, and the choose cone. We couldn't do it without him. I want to also give a thanks to my brother Austin and my cousin Chase Peppers. They also put some good competition out there in the field. We have a lot of fun out here. Yeah, but I think that's it.
All right. Well, congratulations on your first win of this season, and looking forward to talking to you next week at Kern or any race after.
All right. Appreciate it, guys.
Yep.
Take it easy, Brandon. That's your winner, number 18. Don't let it fool you by that 08 there. It's the one's hiding under somewhere. So, but anyways, the winner here for Brandon Cooper at Nashville Fairgrounds. So this one's in the books, Derek. It was a rocky and bumpy one here, as the drivers were under consistent challenge of learning throttle control, brake control on these short tracks. Now, Kern is I've been to Kern a very limited amount of time, like Brandon was saying, so I don't have many laps officially on Kern, but definitely a unique track, and it's going to be an interesting one here with the truck. So I'm interested to see how these drivers handle another short track. And what they will do going forward with as much power as these trucks can actually put on the track. So, going to be an interesting one. But let me get a little bit of your. Let's see. We'll get some of your thoughts here going forward, and what are you expecting to see from these drivers before we give Christopher Cash kind of add his 2 cents on how he would like to see his rest of his season for his drivers to go.
Christopher?
Derek.
Oh. I thought you were talking. I thought you were talking.
Derek first. Then I said let Chris talk.
Okay. Okay. I was confused. Which is hard. Easy to do. Yep. Well, I think tonight showed how hard the trucks are going to be run. It's not as easy as just getting in and turning left. There's going to be a lot of patience, a lot of throttle control, a lot of everything. I mean, yes, the trucks can probably take a little bit more of a push, more of a bang, but at the end of the day, it's still hard. You have to drive the track, not the other drivers so much sometimes. Got to know your awareness, your limitations. I mean, that's just, and then because if you overdrive the truck, you're going to make a mistake. And then if you make a mistake, it could cost someone else their chance to win, and then put yourself in the back where you don't want to be. But I think it's going to get better each and every week, like the late models stock car season did. A lot of these drivers do run each other. They ran both, so there's some good there. Some of these drivers have driven together, and some may have not driven with all, but with some others. So I think it won't take very long for us to get a good competition of respect between all the drivers.
Yeah, I'm seeing that as well. So it definitely, you have good key points there on patience and throttle control and knowing your limits and limitations. See if you're the driver to be watching this, make sure you get the opportunity and chance to get to your next track, get some practice laps in. The other drivers around you will thank you when you know what to do, and they can maybe follow you around here. But before we get out of here, we'll give Christopher Cash a chance to kind of give a shot, say a few words on how the rest of the season will go here for these drivers here with Smoky Mountain Motorsports.
Yeah, thank you once again. Thank you, Jimmy and Derek, for putting on always a good show for us. I mean, it's like you said, it's going to come down to a lot of guys just learning where to brake, how how these trucks are going to act, how each other race, and I guess once they figure that out, everything will be good to go. But it's going to take a couple races for everybody to realize, well, I know this guy's going to do this, so I need to do this, or this guy's going to do this, so I need to do that. It's just going to take a lot of time and patience and people to realize, hey, I need to just back off a little bit. Let me run my race. We've got a lot of racing ahead of us. Just chill out. Let's run it. But I think for the most part, I think we've got a ton of good guys here that are going to put together a really good season. So I'm really excited to see where it goes from here.
Yeah, the excitement is there. The drivers are there. The patience and knowing what the other driver around you is going to do will come with time, obviously. And it's going to come with being around each other. And yeah, obviously the self-respect for each other, the sportsmanship, the racecraft is one that will come in time. So continue to come out here, all drivers. Congratulations to everybody. But another rundown of the field here before we get out of here. Brandon Cooper with the win over Christopher Smith and Anthony Rennick. And then James Honeycutt, Rob Hattenback, Todd Lamphere, Charles Miller, Chase Peppers, Austin Cooper, Clint Walker, Brandon Kelly, Jonathan Carter, Christopher Cash, and we can't miss the choose cone. Thomas Fried is out there getting a cool 30 laps in here tonight in that little legend car. But either way, we are looking forward to next week at Kern. Same time, same place here at CRN. And I guess from the rest of us, we'll see you in the track.